Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Pokemon Soul Silver. This is going to be episode number 15, where we will be sailing across the blue waters here to get to the medicine that we need to get for the Ampharos, who is sick in the lighthouse from the previous episode. I know these episodes have been a little bit scatterbrained, but you'll see here, this episode should be relatively quick. It should be even quicker than what it is, but we are switch training Tomahawk a lot. Mainly just because we want Tomahawk to evolve. I forget at what level Tomahawk actually does evolve. Let me search that up. We definitely have time here as we're doing all this junk. Let's see. What level does it evolve? Oh, it's actually pretty close. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody out there viewing, but it should be evolving here in the next couple of episodes, which will be good. It'll make it like our actual Psychic type Pokemon, which is really exciting for me because I really wanted to do like an all Gen 2 team, which has been like my biggest focus since we started this Let's Play. And yeah, it looks good. It looks like everything except for our Eevee is Gen 2 specific, and when our Eevee does evolve, it is going to be a Gen 2 specific Pokemon, so that should be pretty rad. We've got a lot of cool stuff. No, it's just, honestly, it's really cool to play through a generation and use that Pokemon specific generation throughout the play. It just makes it a lot more enjoyable. It makes it so it's not like rinse and repeat, because I could use Kadabra and just dominate the game as per what I usually do. I do believe he's a little buffed in this version. Like, I don't believe he's as good as he was in the original Gold and Silver, but he's still a freaking tank. Or Glass Cannon is probably the best way to describe him, if I'm going to be brutally honest. And on Let's Plays like this, that's what I tend to do, so I'm really glad that I'm not going down that route and we're actually giving some new Pokemon a try. You can see, yeah, I'm going to have to give out a lot of healing items this episode if we really want to switch train Natu. But, it shouldn't be the end of the world, and I'm looking to see what we have. Like, if we have any psychic moves we could teach Natu, because that would be great, but we don't. We will get some later, I'm sure. Tomahawk will be the king of this Let's Play. I'm hoping. I'm hoping once he evolves and everything gets good there, he will be a menace to deal with. A complete menace to society. That'll be Tomahawk. But we'll see as we get there, you know? Sometimes you spend a lot of time building up a Pokemon and it just doesn't work out as who was previously there. If anything, I think it'll be cool to have... That's what I was looking for, was Fly for Tomahawk. Because I thought we already had that, which in battle would do a good chunk of damage to a lot of these Pokemon. So right now we have a lot of Ghost type moves, but we don't have a lot of Psychic type moves, which is really hurting us. Like, the Psychic type moves we do have don't do enough damage for it to really be worthwhile. But you can see there, if Tomahawk doesn't get hit, he holds his own, I guess. He does good amounts of damage. He's just not good in the defensive realm, so... And there we go, we got a level up from Shadow as well. It looks like Shadow and Tomahawk are like staying pretty one-for-one level-wise, which is really exciting. You always like to see that when you're switch training Pokemon and doing things like that. I think for our fight against Jasmine, who is the gym leader that was up there with Ampharos, we're going to want all of our team members to be in the high 20s. I don't know what her team looks like. They might be in the 30s, but I think high 20s should be enough with the amount of team members we have. Her battle is probably going to be the hardest of all of the battles we're going to go into, so hopefully that is not so bad. It shouldn't be too much of a pain in the neck to deal with, but we'll see as we go forward. You know, it should be... Yeah, I don't think hers will be terrible, but I do think it'll be a little tricky. But we shall see. Here we go, using Shadow Ball again. I was getting a little bit more comfortable with Tomahawk, thinking Tomahawk can handle his own, and he's proving that he can for the most part. You know, he's really stepping up to the plate, and it's nice to see him getting tons of experience. Let's see how he does against Shelter. Or maybe we'll give it to VW Bug. VW Bug's pretty low level, too. He's level 21. Now, I do know he Excuse me. He levels up a little bit slower than the rest of the group. So it is going to take some time for him to really reach his full potential. I actually remember this fight in its entirety. This one, it just really drags on. It's really annoying. I hit him with Horn Attack. Does a little bit less than half, and then he hits me with this 5-turn attack, which I just wish it did all of its damage at once, and that was it, because it's really not even effective against VW Bug. And we just have to sit there being hit with it time and time again, which is kind of annoying. It is what it is, but, you know, it would be nice to not have to deal with the timing. Like, because it drags out the battle so long, and this battle isn't anything special. There's nothing special about this battle. It just goes on and on. I do like, however, I think we'll be able to we get Whirlpool and some stuff like that a little bit later in the game, but I do think like the actual ocean area is more aligned with like the size of Kanto, which I really like, because I don't like the big long spreading ocean areas in these games. There's just an abundance of water type Pokemon, and in this case, right, I chose a water type starter, so it really doesn't make a difference. In Gen 1, you get handed a Lapras, which if you don't go with Blastoids is arguably one of the best water types that you could pick. Outside of that, I had a lot of love for Staryu in my last Let's Play, which was a Let's Play of Let's Go Eevee. So yeah, it's just like, it could just be annoying. That's my big rub on it, but it is what it is, you know? Like, I don't like I would say, you know what game does it the worst, and I'm sure everybody's thinking it is Ruby and Sapphire. There is so much of that game just dedicated to water-type Pokemon. Like, water-type Pokemon dominate that region. And not from, like, the sense that, like, they're extremely good or anything like that, just there's so many of them, and the ocean takes up about 3/4 of the map. At least that's how it feels when you're out there on the ocean. I know it's realistically probably about half, but it feels like a lot more than it is, and that can really not wet my willy, I guess is a nice way to put it. Yeah, it does not feel good. I never like going through the ocean segments of that game. But War Turtle's coming out. I think this is a good time for Zapperman to make an appearance. I think other Pokemon could beat him, but I don't think we have any revives out here, and I don't really want to risk it. And War Turtle's actually pretty solid, so let's just hit him with Thunder Shock. Hopefully this does a little bit more than half damage. Something's telling me it'll be just a little bit more. Oh, it's almost a one-hit KO. Okay. Well, we are 4 levels higher, too. That makes sense. He's going to hit me with Bite. That could cause me to flinch, but I didn't move second, and he has Paralysis now. So yeah, this is an easy W right here in the water. Gonna knock him out of the park. There we go. Shadow gets some EXP. He's going to send out a Shelter. I think I'm just going to hang in here with Zapperman, honestly. Really doesn't make a difference at this point in time. In some of these battles, you'll see. I just wanted to get through them. Now, sometimes it's nice to have, like, the little quick victory there. In this case, I would say probably doesn't make a huge difference, but you know, every little bit helps. Every little bit of advantage that you can get just to help speed up the process definitely makes a difference when playing through these Let's Plays, especially because I am now approaching a full week delay in the next upcoming Let's Plays, and I would expect it's honestly probably going to run a full month. But we were planning on playing Super Mario 2 and a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Pearl. We might move into that territory. I'm sure we will, but like I really have to align it with other Let's Plays, and if we have to move stuff, we have to move stuff, and we could do stuff later. But I do want to keep like the October stuff especially in place to where it is. You know, if everything rolls over into August and we end up skipping Super Mario Land, I think we should still be able to get Super Mario Land. But we might end up skipping Halo Combat Evolved just to catch up on Let's Plays. But that shouldn't be a big deal, honestly. We're not playing Halo 2 for a long time, so I'm not as worried about it. But you can see there, Tomahawk died while I was switch training him. I tried to look through. I don't have any revives, and I don't have any berries that are really going to help me out here. So this is just going to be a Debbie Downer for Tomahawk. He's not going to get the amount of EXP that he could have out here. Not the end of the world, but like I said, I do really want him to evolve and become the dominant psychic typing on the team. One, because I have not had him be the dominant psychic typing on the team, and I think he would be a really cool addition. And two, yeah, it just is what it is. I don't know. You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's apply a super repel here too. Yeah, that'll be nice. For those that aren't aware, the super repel just makes it so that way you don't have any wild encounters from Pokemon that are under your current level. It is really nice to use the super repel as a tactic to try and catch the roaming legendaries when you're a higher level, because you just apply it, and of course, you know, if they're level 40 and you go in areas where the wild spawning Pokemon are level 5 and 6, the only Pokemon you're going to run into is going to be the wild legendary if it's in that area at that given time. But like I said, I think there is a defect in these games, or a bug in the code, that Entei isn't going to come back around. I think our encounter with Suicune is going to be guaranteed, so maybe we'll catch Suicune, but I think Entei would have been the only one that I would have considered even adding on to the team, just because I would use the excuse of, well, not really fair that all the fire types in this generation stink except for Cyndaquil and Houndoom, and you don't get Houndoom until the post game after the Elite Four, and you don't get Cyndaquil unless you pick it as your starter, so kind of screwed. I think the only other fire type Pokemon we can really catch is Slugma, which is a slow fire ground type, which is really bad. I don't even need to explain how bad that is, being as fire's main weakness is water, and then you add ground onto that, giving it instead of a two times weakness, a 4 times weakness. It's bad. It's really bad. It's just a really bad performer in this generation. Oh, a Tentacruel is coming out. That's the first time we're seeing one of them in this generation. That's pretty snazzy. He's a pretty snazzy guy. I like him. But yeah, after this we are going to go on the land. We are going to get the medicine. I think next episode we will be giving Ampharos the medicine, and then confronting Jasmine and seeing where we can land there. I'll likely cut out the majority of our trip back unless there's anything of real noteworthiness, but I don't believe there is. I think we beat a lot of the trainers here, so I'll just call this like a, I don't know, our sea adventure or something like that. There is some more areas to explore, some more in-depth, better areas of the ocean in this game, but like I said, I'm not a fan of the ocean segments in these games, period. So yeah, it just doesn't make it fun when we have segments like this, and you lose a little bit of motivation. It's just sort of like, do I really want to post this? I kind of have to, but do I really want to do it? Can I add to it? But then it's like, yeah, but the first 15 minutes I'm gonna have nothing to talk about but traveling the ocean, which isn't all that exciting. There you go, I skipped one trainer, maybe 2. Looks like a handful there. We might be able to go back through there and get some trainer battles to start the next episode. But like I said, I want to have more of a focus on getting a gym badge, because it feels like we haven't gotten a lot done on this Let's Play series in quite some time. So I want to get back to having some actual action in the episodes versus just doing whatever we need to do to progress. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did like this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational for myself in continuing to make videos just like this now and in the near future. I know we were at a little bit of a hiatus from the Pokemon series, but looks like everything should be up and running here now that I had some time off for July 4th to get some videos out there. I think we're going to be pretty good pre-posted for the rest of the week, so yeah, if you like any of the episodes in the series, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We'll just be going and getting the medicine and then doing a quick save, and that'll be it for this episode. Till next time, guys, everybody take it easy, and peace out, Girl Scout. And if you're in the U.S., happy 4th of July. Just remember what you're celebrating it for, I guess, and do your thing. Don't blow off fingers, don't get drunk, and operate a motor vehicle. That's all I got. That's my PSA for the day. Everybody take it easy, and we'll see you all here on the next one. Enjoy the next minute and change without my lovely voiceover narration. Till next time.